Okay, so we're going to get started on 10 of the all-time coolest video parts, the mid-90s edition. This is going to cover videos from 1994 through 1996. There'll be a third installment of this, which will be the late 90s edition, which is going to have from 97 through 99, but we'll touch on that one next time. While doing this, I did realize that there weren't a lot of videos out in this time period, and I didn't want to do like, 7 parts from Trilogy in here, which totally could have happened. So I tried to break it 1 part per video. I kind of fell into a couple videos that I've already touched on. I tried to eliminate that too, but it is what it is. So we'll get started. Again, it's the 10 of the all-time coolest video parts, the mid-90s edition, 1994 through 1996. Number 10, Carl Shipman, Stereos of Visual Sound from 1994. So I remember being a kid, buying this video, older dude telling me it's a great video, and I just didn't understand it at the time, but I remember totally loving the Carl Shipman part. I guess it was the only part I could relate to. He was dressed pretty cool. He looked like a dude who I'd be into their skating, did awesome frontside flips, and just had a really good style. I guess a diamond in the rough in this video, although now I can watch this video and, so many good things in it. But definitely this Carl Shipman part will always stand out to me as, me not being too bummed on spending my $20 on this video and finding a new, favorite skater at the time. Definitely, just the frontside flips alone, just the gear, everything. Really cool and really captures a cool time period. So coming in at number 10 is Carl Shipman from Stereos Visual Sound from 1994. And number 9 is Fred Gall from Sub-Zero's Real Life in 1994. So I just read somewhere too that Fred Gall just turned 16 when this video came out. So that means the footage is probably from when he was 15, which is mind-blowing. Super cool East Coast video. It was this, I remember it was like him and Matt Reason were like the tech dudes down at City Hall and doing all this cool shit. Just an insane time period. Also, it is funny. Mitch brought this up in something else, but that there's only like 1 or 2 Muni clips here, and now Muni is like the predominant Philly spot. Just again, it's so cool. All the half cabs, cool ledge tricks, all switch tech. Just captures the feel, and me being from the East Coast, it just brings me back to my youth. I just remember wanting to go to Philly and just seeing this and just being like amazed that there were dudes with a Cali level of talent out here, on the East Coast. So coming in at number 9 is Fred Gall, Sub-Zero's Real Life from 1994. Number 8, Ronnie Bertino, Plan B, Secondhand Smoke from 1994. Alright, so I guess I'll get the elephant out of the room here, but I know the big trick in this video was, in his part, was when he does the switch backside lip slide down the handrail. It was like a next level trick. Super sick, really dope. But after he does it, he keeps skidding on his tail and turning around. I remember that blew my mind, like, oh my god, he's gonna ruin his board doing that. Was all that was going through my head after seeing this dude do one of the most amazing tricks in skateboarding up until that point. But that was young me, couldn't wrap my my head around it. This dude even gets free boards and he doesn't care. But yeah, Ronnie Bertino, man, super sick skater. I feel like he never got the credit he deserved. Never really had parts. I'm sure he had a think part, something like that. He had a few clips in the blind section. I want to say it was in virtual reality. He had some tricks in that, and then that was it. And he was on this, and then he was like kind of in, purgatory on ATM. I know he was on 23 for a little bit, which was really dope. And he like came out of nowhere and was like entering contests and like placing in contests, and then I don't know, just again like disappeared. And probably was from that. And then he went to ATM. But dude should be like a paid millionaire for his skating. He's just such a dope skater, such a influential skater, and really did a lot of stuff and created a lot of stuff and was just like a top level talent. I wish I could have seen more of the footage when he was on blind. But, this part's really dope. And I'm happy that he was able to put it out. So, number 8 is Ronnie Bertino, Plan B, Secondhand Smoke from 1994. Number 7, Scott Johnson from Mad Circles, Let the Horns Blow in 1994. So I almost put Moses A. Conan's part in here. The 2 lines at Love Park and, his patented frontside nose slides almost got him in here. But I'm going to go with the Scott Johnson part. It's pretty amazing how his style was so much more advanced than a lot of people at this time. Also one of his longer parts. So definitely cool to watch. He was pretty productive around this time too. I know he had a 4-in-1 part. There was stuff in an FTC video, a little earlier. He's just kind of killing it. Always cool. Lots of good, tasteful tricks. Like, never does anything bad. Always looks cool. Just super enjoyable part to watch. I wouldn't say there's anything too memorable about it, but it's just overall, it's just a great part to watch. Again, really good switch 360 flips, and again, the overall approach to the whole part's really cool to watch. So, coming in at number 7, Scott Johnson, Mad Circle, Let the Horns Blow. Coming in at number 6, Keenan Milton, The Blind Section in 20-shot sequence from 1994. So again, I didn't want to really get into people I've done things on before, but this part is just too timeless. Keenan Milton, one of the best styled skateboarders to ever live. This part too, it's just amazing. Just everything he does is like with a perfection. He even manages to be able to pull off breaking like a rule where he has Adidas shoes and a Nike shirt on, which is usually like a big no-no, but he even makes it look cool. Everything from the Guess jeans, the Menace jeans, all the gear in the part, the tricks. It's just timeless, and this dude was gone way too soon. Again, just amazing part, everything about it, the half cabs, everything. This is just one of the coolest looking skaters and also one of the most talented skaters. So coming in at number 6 is Keenan Milton from The Blind Section of 20-shot sequence from 1994. Number 5, Gabriel Rodriguez, Chocolate Skateboards, Las Nueve Vidas de Paco from 1995. I don't know, we just call it the Paco video. Gabriel Rodriguez had one hell of a part in it. Again, another one, the late great Gabriel Rodriguez. So much power, a lot of cool fakey tricks done on super high stuff. Everything was like popped and slid, and everything's super tall. Made a ponytail cool. Like, I wanted to grow a ponytail. Dude made it just look amazing. We had a chocolate, it was like a girl chocolate demo on Long Island years and years and years ago, and I remember I had him sign my lime green neon beeper. So, and he did, which was really cool of him. He was actually really cool, because that demo, it sucked. I don't even think they skated. It was just so bad. The guys were all really cool. But I'll never forget that he signed my pager. Paulo Diaz, Keenan, both have parts in this video. It could have gone to anybody, but this part really was, its last part. He has Pupeki in it, bonus points. His boys are in it at the end. But yeah, just totally sick part. I want to say this is his last part too, full part. He was never really a part guy though. It is what it is, but he did bless us with this. So coming in at number 5 is going to be Gabriel Rodriguez from Chocolate Skateboards, Las Nueve Vidas de Paco, or as I'd call it, the Paco video from 1995.
9-4. And what?
All right, coming in at number 4, Josh Kalis, Toy Machines Heavy Metal from 1995. It's another one of these parts that I've kind of touched on before, but I couldn't not put this one on the list. I remember first hearing about this from a friend of mine who I met at Woodward. I went to visit him in Connecticut, and he was obsessed with Toy Machine, and it blew my mind because I was like, why are you so into this brand? It's, goofy. And he was telling me about this guy, Josh Kalis. You got to watch it. You got to watch this video. You got to watch this part. First part, luckily, I guess I don't know if I would have made it through a lot of the other parts in the video. but it just blew my mind, and I was like, wow, yeah, this dude's amazing. Of course, he didn't last too long on Toy Machine, ended up on Workshop. I guess the rest is history with that. Always wished he would have been on 101 or something. Totally would have fit all the world brands. It would have been super sick to have him on there. But it is what it is. He also, helped make Workshop what it became, which is nothing to, shake your head at. Definitely sums up an era in this. Also, and also some of the most, amazing 360 flips ever captured on film in here. Dude just has it like that. So coming in at number 4, Josh Kalis from Toy Machines Heavy Metal from 1995. Number 3, Bobby Puleo, FTC's Penal Code 100A from 1996. A lot of great parts in this video. I'm definitely going to go with this one, though. I didn't appreciate it at the time, but it really is a classic part. It's starting to see Puleo when he's skating these spots differently than a lot of other people would at the time. Super cool to see. I want to say there's a lot of footage of him. I see some stereo boards, so this is like, I guess, whatever he had when he was on stereo, and then in between, I don't know if he was on Mad Circle already. I'm pretty sure he was, but I could be wrong with that. Also really cool when he does stuff switch. They switch wall rides and stuff, and he just stares at the wall like, I got my clip. I did this. Fuck you. It's kind of funny, but it's also pretty cool to watch. Skates a lot of these spots differently. Totally different outlook on spots than a lot of people at this time. And, dude still skates today. Whatever you think of him or his opinions or whatever, but truly an amazing skater. Amazing eye for spots, and you start to see it going in this, which is, again, super enjoyable to realize that and just look like even the line at the pier, how he ollies off the pad onto the block and, just little stuff like that, but I hadn't seen anybody else skate the spots like that. Also interesting is he does like a frontside 50, backside 180, which I remember being a trick people would want to pick up, after seeing him do it. I'll always think of Bobby Puleo whenever I see that trick. So coming in at number 3 is Bobby Puleo from FTC's Penal Code 100A from 1996. Number 2, Shiloh Greathouse, World Industries Trilogy from 1996. I still remember 1996, that's the year I graduated high school. I was in the suburbs of around Boston with my friend, and Trilogy comes out. So my friend calls up Positive, and he's, which is a shop in Boston, and, he's like, they have one copy. Okay, they're going to hold it. We're going down. And we were talking to my friend Chris, who was back in New York, and he was, going over every little bit of the video to us. Because I think he was the one who actually called and said, Trilogy came out, New World video, you got to get it, da-da-da-da-da. So sick, and you watch it, and the whole video is pretty much amazing straight through, aside from like, Josh Casper. But you get to Shiloh's part, and, he's in the prison jumper, they're breaking him out of jail, and it's like, oh man, the band's back together, everybody's here. And then he skates this Mary J. Blige song, which blew my mind. I also had a friend who, first time he heard this, he said, I quit skating. This is ridiculous. What the hell is this crappy skating to? And the dude ended up eventually quitting skating, his loss. If you can't appreciate this part, I don't want to know you. Just so sick. And I think like the last trick was like the first thing he filmed when getting out of prison. And it's just, everything. The KCK ones, so much shit to this. The double pump switch varial heel, goes on and on. So psyched for this part. I'm happy when I do these things that I get to watch these parts over and over again and, rewatch, and just, enjoy them. And so I guess I kind of hope everybody else does when they do this. But this part, if I'm making a list, this is like a top 10 part. It's just mind-blowing to me. Just, encompasses everything I would want out of a world video, out of a world part, Shiloh part. It's one of the best. So coming in at number 2, Shiloh Greathouse, World Industries Trilogy from 1996. Number 1, Guy Mariano, Girl Skateboards Mouse from 1996. So when this came out too, I couldn't have even expected Guy Mariano to have a full part. He was kind of, Goldfish, he wasn't really in it. You don't really see anything. A clip here, a clip there. And then Mouse comes out. Besides it being an amazing, amazing, amazing video, you know, you get to the end and boom, full Guy Mariano part. And it's like nothing you've ever seen before. The Herbie Hancock song is amazing. Every trick in it is like insane to watch. Super sick. Coolest things about the part 2 is it's like Guy Mariano and he's wearing old schools. Like a lot of people aren't really wearing old schools at the time. You know, that was super cool to see. Almost like that was more for like Hesh dudes. You know, and there's Guy Mariano skating a schoolyard in old schools. Just so much cool shit in here. Mind blowing. Just everything he does. Also crazy when the switch frontside shove of Crooks is in the credits. You know, and it's like not even in his part. He switched 360 flips a table. It's just non-stop. And everything looks so cool. You know, this is like, somebody made a good point to me, but this is like my second favorite era of Guy. The first one I want to say was in, was it Yeah Right? When he's like in his like 4-star gear and actions, because there really wasn't a lot of footage of him but that was like the number one Guy era. But you know, for this time period and everything, this is just mind blowing. So I couldn't think, even though it's going chronologically, I couldn't think of a better video to put as number one. So that's what we're going to end this one with. Number 1 is Guy Mariano from Girl Skateboards Mouse, 1996. All right, thanks. And then hopefully soon enough, I'll have the late 90s version of the 10 all-time coolest video parts up soon. Thanks. Bye.